grad school. But yeah, so like for the past year, I've been just full time at school. I just found out that all of my grad school classes for the fall are going to be online, which is kind of a bummer.
Right. So does that mean that your schedule is kind of what you want it to be when you either go to work and when you take your classes?
Yeah, I mean, basically, the way that they do it is that um, it's over Zoom, and they record the sessions. So if you miss class, you can just watch a recording of it. The only downside being you don't get to ask questions, but
Right. I find it so hard to pay attention to Zoom meetings and Zoom classes.
oh yeah, I totally agree. Last semester, everything completely fell apart in spring, and we're like we're considered like a pretty good school. Like I can only imagine what happened at other schools. One of my professors completely just like phoned in the rest of the semester. It was kind of like, there's no more tests. That's it. Whatever you had before this whole thing started is what you're getting in the class. It's like, okay.
That could have been a double-edged sword. Like if you had already been doing really well, then awesome. If not, fuck.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's a lot of people who took issue with that. I personally ended up doing fine. What they did was they said that spring semester was mandatory pass fail. And so we didn't get letter grades. We just got a pass fail.
Uh, Interestingly enough, I was already going to school all online, and the university I'm going to, IUPUI, gave that like same thing out to all the students, unless you were using already an online degree. Then you kept your letter grades.
Right, because nothing has changed
So for me,
necessarily.
I was like, okay, no, not big deal. But then I was like, man, huh? Would my GPA have been better if it was just pass fail? Or
Well, so the way that pass
I
fail
think
works,
they're
at
not
least at my
counting your
school,
GPA.
yeah, is it just doesn't do anything.
mm,
It only counts if you fail, at least at my school. So if you fail, then you get the same as an F, which is like a zero GPA. But if you pass, it does nothing. So my GPA is the same as it was in the fall.
mm.
Yeah.
Strange times we're living in.
Oh yeah. And then I finished this grad school program in the spring, and so I'm concerned about getting a job.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what did you get your degree program in?
So this degree program is in applied math, specializing in like statistics and data science and that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's awesome.
That seems like the kind of field that probably wouldn't be hit too particularly hard. Is that accurate?
It's weird because if you're like a big company, having a data science, it's like spending a lot of money in your IT department. It's not. It's a lot of the times
It's
it's
a
a
cost
cost
center.
center. Yeah, and so it's basically like a luxury to have for C-level executives to kind of like run their business experiments.
Mm.
So some companies are cutting back their staff. Other companies are firing their senior people and hiring junior people. So that might help me in a kind of fucked up way. But yeah,
Mm.
it's kind of a mess right now.
Yeah, you'd think with every company pretty much having to adapt that this would be even more valuable than a year or two ago.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. So like, and the other thing is that I'm trying to get work in like the entertainment industry. So doing this kind of like technical work, but for creative industries. Just because
Yeah,
there's
that
like
would take a hit.
yeah, there's a lot of growth. There was a lot of growth there, and I just find it like really interesting. And I'm like totally into like movies and reading and all that stuff. So I would love to be a part of that industry, but yeah, now I might have to pivot.
Absolutely.
Everybody's kind of doing that.
So, I thought this. You mentioned this, and this is happening with our wedding officiant because we did his graduation photos. He just graduated from Purdue University with a doctorate in aeronautical engineering. So, dude's a rocket scientist.
Yeah, totally.
He hasn't been able to find a job yet. He's like, nowhere is hiring. And he's like, I'm a fucking rocket scientist. I did not think it was going to be this hard for me to get a job. And he's incredibly intelligent, incredibly qualified. So I think like everyone is feeling this effect here across all domains of education and work.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my cousins just graduated from OU in engineering, and he is now a barista in Houston because that's like literally all he can get.
Well, that sucks.
So, like he said, he's the most one of the most highly educated baristas in Houston.
He could tell all the clients that walk in, hey, this is exactly how the coffee machines work. These are the individual parts that make them up. Will that be oat milk or soy milk?
Yeah, my uncle, his dad's just kind of like, I paid all this fucking money for him to make coffee. And I was just telling him, well, there's a few things going on. There's a reason why this is happening.
And it won't last forever. These two guys we're talking about, they're going to get jobs. Mike is going to get a job. It's going to work out. Speaking of jobs, I think I've talked to you guys about this. I got the job at the physical therapy office.
Woo!
Congratulations.
So I'm excited about that because personal training is very much a sales job. It's like you have to sell training to people. And it is very tough right now because it's completely luxury expense. Mm-hmm. So yesterday I was telling a new prospective client, hey, it's $45 a session, $90 every 2 weeks, $180 a month. And he was like, I could see he was about to say, go fuck yourself. And I was like, ugh, that's just what it costs.
Oh my god, that's a lot of money though.
And it is. It's a ton of money. This is.
I mean,
go ahead, please.
I mean, I'm a personal trainer too, and if I know I'm in Argentina, so the price in dollars it's like something else. But if I charge that, I would literally have zero fun.
Yes, and that's one weakness of being in a. Do you work for a corporate gym? Do you work as like a 1099 as a contractor, or do you work on your own?
On my own. But okay, you guys do. How much did you say an hour? 45.
It's half hour for $45.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so let me see. I'm going to translate to dollars what I charge for an hour. Okay. 600 hours to US dollars. $8. Because that's a lot of money an hour here in Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot say more, or people are just gonna put a foot in my ass and shut the door behind me.
Absolutely.
I think at Jedi I pay $160 a month for my, at our martial arts gym we pay $160 a piece for me and the kids. It's about that.
And that's for your classes. That's for everything, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So the messed up thing, because obviously this is the corporate job that I have. That only includes personal training. That doesn't include your gym fees. That doesn't include going to classes. That doesn't include anything else. Just personal training. So that's a lot for people, and that's one reason why I wanted to leave that gym.
Here, I mean, of course, I'm not going to the gym right now, but the gym I was going to before this whole thing started, it was $14 a month. Like, shit here is really cheap in comparison if you think about it in dollars. But
Absolutely. I need to talk to my wife and be like, hey, I know that you really like warm climates, somewhere with beaches. Have you considered we should move to Argentina?
well, if you come here with and you earn in dollars, you'll pretty much be set because inflation here. If you have dollars with inflation here, you'll always be rich, pretty much. But the what I was gonna say is here, unless you mean someone else in Buenos Aires, you actually have no beaches.
Really?
Surprisingly, it's a port city, but it's like rock beach, not a sand beach. So it's not a. You have other beaches like I don't know, like 100 miles here from here. That's like 160 kilometers. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There aren't any beaches within 100 miles.
You have you have plenty of beaches around the coast, so you can get as much beaches as you want. Pretty much. The other day, what part of the U.S. did you say you were from, Caleb?
Indiana. So we don't have any coastline here. Minus what's...
Yeah, you're in the middle, you told me, right?
Right. Minus the Great Lakes, and that's, a lake. So you can go up there, you can go to the beach. It's almost like you're at the ocean, except, the water's really fucking cold, dirty.
Still, I guess.
You're not seeing hot, tanned, muscular bodies. If that's what you're going to the beach for.
I think the closest beach to us would be Galveston, which is about 8 hours from where I'm from.
Oof. Us. Yeah, you would have to hit probably 12 from me.
But like the lakes over there, you have like big ass lakes that are like effectively like the ocean. Like you can stand in the middle and not see land, right? It's like you have some big ass lakes over there.
Correct.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The biggest lake I've been in Argentina, you literally can always see from one side to the other. We don't have that big of lakes. It's also a very narrow country. It's long. It's compared to the U.S., right? Everything's narrow compared to the U.S. though, but we don't have lakes like that. With both lakes, you can very easily see one person that's standing on the other side, just like that. You have.
There we go. So, everybody, it's 11 o'clock. I liked our warm-up we just had there. Let's get started with the game. I'm streaming us to the Twitch. And like I said, that just makes it easier to transfer the VOD back for the recap. So, last time, you guys took on the job of becoming delivery boys, a la Futurama. You have successfully picked up 4 of 6 packages. The remaining packages you have left belong to a sorcerer that is holed up in the Luskin ruins, and then a man named Nazar the Black Spider, who's located by the Luskin lighthouses. Now, before we go any further, were there any questions, comments, concerns before we move into the next part of the adventure?
Nope.
Nope. Good.
Okay, and good morning, Brett.
What's up, guys? Morning.
And Brett, we're just getting started. We were just warming up, talking about how crazy lakes are in the United States.
Oh, okay.
That's just like the most boring conversation ever.
It seems like it would be, but I found it quite nice. So, as you guys have finished, your little mission here in the the bar here. We saw, of course, our friend Ned Flanders, who's Lee's character, knock out a random woman. You guys did battle with a very crazy half-orc named Rule. Do you guys head right for the ruins of Luskin, or what do you guys do next?
Yeah. Might as well get these other last packages.
Yeah, we should
That
probably
sounds good.
just get on with the task at hand.
Okay, perfect. So as you guys exit the bar, still cold, snowy outside. It's starting to get later into the morning, so you can see people are kind of getting cuddled up into their furs and are walking up and down the streets of Luskin. You can start to see people are pushing out their carts, trying to sell little things on the streets. And, of course, we probably all want to stay away from the street meats, unless you guys would want to try some street meats. You see people are trying to sell newspapers, but if you guys don't stop for any of those things, you can...
What's the matter with the street meats?
Maybe you guys do want to try some street meat. You hear people saying, "Oh, get your street meat! We're selling boiled octopus!
Well, howdy ho! I haven't tried any octopi.
It's 1 copper for a sliver of the octopus. We serve it on a stick."
Well, howdy do ya. I'll take a piece.
And you see the person that's working behind the counter. It's a very heavily trapped half-orc. So they have large shoulders and neck muscles, and they walk over to their fire grill that looks like it's straining against the cold winter air, and they pull out a wooden skewer that has several octopus tentacles on it.
Now, where'd you catch creatures like these?
Oh, you can catch these octopus right over the docks here. They're almost a pest.
Well, if you say so. How is it? I give him the copper piece.
You give him the copper, you take a bite, and it reminds you of a medium rare steak. It's very juicy and thick, and it has a nice mouthfeel.
Alstrom, you want to try some of this?
No, that's all right. Don't much like seafood.
You know, this would be just great with a little bit of Parmesan and maybe fried a little bit.
I've tried to fry the meat before, the street meat maker will say. It seems that the meat doesn't have enough fat.
Well, I mean, you gotta bread it first, sir.
Is this like very obviously, like, can you see whole octopus tentacles or something that's cut from?
Yeah, you see that there's, a workstation, and there's, like, octopuses that have had their legs cut, and then their heads are remaining kind of in a small bowl, and they appear to be marinating in some type of vinegar solution.
Well, what do you do with the heads?
Oh, it's a dish that I learned how to make in my time in Mastica. You see, you marinate the heads in these vinegar. After about an hour or so, you take them out, chop them up very fine, and it's called sashimi.
Yeah, well, how do you do? That sounds delicious.
Oh, would you like to try some? Would the group like a nice bowl of sashimi? It's served cold.
Well, cold seems to be the number one thing around here.
And he'll say, well, I can give you a bowl for everybody for the low cost of 5 copper.
Hey, everybody, let's have a bowl of sashimi.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to see if I'm remotely interested.
Yeah, Evangel's gonna pass.
Oh, I'm quite interested in it. Apparently.
He will.
Flint lighting a cigar Yeah. Flint lighting his cigars like, yeah, I'm good.
I want some. We can get get one, the two of us, and eat like a shit ton.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
We'll get one bowl of sashimi. How do you say it, sir?
Sashimi.
Ah,
So the cook will approach you, and he has several small bowls.
such a
filled-
foreign name. It seems like it comes from a land far away.
Yeah, Mastica is quite far from the city of Luskin, but I try to travel around, Faerun to find all sorts of exotic dishes to bring back.
Well, you're quite the cultured fellow.
Well, if you're not moving forward, you're staying in place, and if you're staying in place, people are leaving you behind.
You got any aspirations to open up a large restaurant kind of thing?
He looks and he says, I've had the thought, but, Luskin is such a volatile place that you just never know what restaurants are going to come and go. But so far, I've been happy just having this little side cart.
Well, sir, I think you got talent, and I think you got potential. So I'm going to pay you triple what you ask and consider it an investment in your future.
Well, thank you very much, sir. If you ever come back, I'll show you what I've been working on. It's a type of octopus that I've been rolling with grain and this strange green fruit from Schult. It's called an avocado.
Oh, that sounds downright doodly-tastic.
And he says, when I have it ready, I'll be sure to serve it to you all. I'm sure you would love my octopus rolls.
Well, I'll keep you in mind, sir. What's your name?
The name? You can call me Guy.
All right, guy. Nice to meet you, fella.
Yes, I'm the first of the Fiari line to get into this cooking type deal.
Well, I'm sure your parents are proud.
Thank you, and I don't want to take up any more of your time. Here's your bowls of sashimi. And you guys can see it's chopped octopus. He's sprinkled a little bit of herb on there. You see some thyme, some rosemary, and little finely sliced onion in there as well.
Tool will kind of hold his bowl and sniff it, and then lick a little with his tongue, and then just kind of start drinking the whole bowl.
It's very fresh, and it soothes your tongue. As you were very hot in that past bar, the Cutlass.
Well, how do you darn diddly like it, big fella?
This is refreshing and very flavorful.
You guys can see the Guy Fieri is looking very happy. You guys love his sashimi.
Well then, I suppose it's on to the order of the day then. Collecting more packages.
So, he waves goodbye to you all, and you guys can press forward. So, you know that Vanifer, she's described as a tiefling woman. You would know her by her sorceress robes, is hanging out in the ruins of Ilusk, right in the heart of Luskin. You've heard that these labyrinthine ruins are known to collect necromantic energy, and certain undead can be present.
Isn't Lusk the city?
Oh, it's the city of Luskin and the ruins of Ilusk.
Like the predecessor city.
Exactly.
So is it like adjoining the city?
It's within. If you look next to Blood Island.
Yeah, we have our map here. We can pull it up. Boop. Show to players.
Like if you go to Rome,
Blood
there's
Island.
ancient Rome. Yeah, around.
And then, where's the Fang Island, Blood Island,
So Blood
Ruins
Island,
of Lusk? Oh, wow. So there's a bunch of freaking zombies running around in the middle of the city. Okay. These people like to live wild.
it's the city of buccaneers, the city of pirates. It is a crazy place, but you guys probably wouldn't prefer to be anywhere else. So the the ruins don't take you guys long to get to. As you guys go inside, you can see that these ruins, while well maintained, are not well lit, and they seem to almost be, as described, a maze of tunnels and a maze of structures. So, what I would like from the party, if we can have one person make a survival check to try to figure out exactly the right route to find Vanifer.
I'm pretty good at survival.
Okay, go ahead.
Is anyone skilled in survival as well? Meaning, are you proficient?
I am as well.
One of you guys can make the check with advantage, because two of you have the proficiency to do so.
Okay.
Okay, so Flint, you are able, with yours help, to lead you guys through the tunnels. You're able to hear and listen and find the right way. As you guys are moving through the tunnels, you start to hear click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, clack. And as you look around a wall, you see a group of skeletons standing around, staring at each other, stroking their chins. You see that there is dice on the ground. They appear to be in the middle of a dice game.
Well, how do you do, fellas?
They look and you see red pinpoints of light in their eyes. And one of them opens their mouth and you hear...
I'm sorry, I don't speak that language.
Water? Do you want some water, buddy?
And here, I'll let me move the skeletons more to where you guys can see them.
Like, Orin, you can't interrupt a game of knuckle bones. They're in mid-roll.
Oh, darn. I've seemed to mess things up. I'm sorry. I apologize.
And you see that they're all kind of standing around with this guy resting at the center.
I only see
He's got a ghost beard.
my token in black.
That might be because...
I'm a human and I don't see shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't see anything, but I have the Everbright lamp or lantern.
No, but I mean, we can see in the game. It's just
Yeah, we're outdoors in the middle.
the light hasn't been turned on. The god light of heaven that the DM turns on.
So,
Yeah.
Evangel, you have an ever bright light. Does that shine 40/20, or what's the light there?
Oh, jeez. I wish I had that written down. Here, let me check real quick.
For right now, I'll put it at 40/20. So now you guys can kind of see. There's a bunch of skeletons over there. They're playing dice.
Oh, 120-foot cone.
Oh, 100.
Closest 60 feet is bright light. 120-foot cone. 60 feet is bright light, and then the farthest 60 is dim light.
What's the angle of the cone?
No idea.
Is it just like the standard cone spells, like Burning Hands?
Yeah,
It
I'm
would
not
be
sure. It just says
30
130
degrees.
Yeah, I think it's like a magical hooded lantern.
Oh, and Evangel will have to do this so you can see them. Boop.
I
There we go.
still can't see anything.
Yeah, I can't see shit.
Yep.
Oh, and let me do one thing here on his token. I thought I clicked it. I did not. All players see light. Now we should be able to see.
Okay. There's like a black line right here.
Yeah,
Is
because...
that- okay.
Oh, I need to change the angle, because that's 180. And if it's a cone, it's probably...
Oh, that's the light coming from the guy. Okay, that makes more sense.
It's probably
I thought there was
90.
a
There
line.
we go.
Okay.
That's a cone. So you hold up your lantern, you see the skeletons, they're sitting there playing dice, they look up to you, and they make gasping sounds. As you can see, they don't have any vocal cords to speak. And you can see they look a little exasperated.
I woke up. Does any of you know how to write?
And the one with the beard goes, "Ah!" And you see he's nodding his head yes. And can you make an insight check on him as he's moving his hands around?
Okay. Where the fuck is inside? There you are. Oh.
With an 11, you think he's trying to tell you that they have a dispute, that they believe when you are playing this dice game, lower is better, or he believes lower is better, and the other players think it's higher or better, and they're having an argument over this.
Do we know this game? Is this a famous game?
Is anyone proficient in a dice kit or gaming supplies?
Oof.
Nope.
That might be.
If you take
Dragon chess.
Alstrom has a set of dice.
So Alstrom and Evangel, you guys know how to play games. You guys play Dragon Chess. Alstrom, you know how to play games. Could you guys possibly convince these skeletons the proper way to play? This is so silly. I love it.
Yeah, so I guess I'll do a check with my dice set with advantage with some help.
Absolutely. Alstrom and Evangel, you're going to teach these skeletons. Please make me a dice tools check. You can use either wisdom or int for this check.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help you.
So please tell us with a 20 how you explain to these skeletons how this should work.
Well, do I know if higher or lower is better, or am I just making this up?
I'm going to allow you to decide because you are the proficient one. I heard a really good piece of advice yesterday watching a D&D video. It's like sometimes DMs can get trapped in telling a story at their players. Like, here, I'm telling you guys the story, and you gotta have to just sit there and take it. And I want to try to pull you guys into the story, and we all tell it together. So, Alstrom, how should this dice game work?
Alstrom will say, well, it doesn't really make a difference either way, but traditionally it's played that the lower is better.
The skeleton with the beard starts raising his hands up like, whoa, whoa, like he's raising the roof.
Okay. This is the place we have to go through, right? I'm guessing. You will just walk up and say, "Excuse me, sir or lady, or I'm sorry, whatever you are. Can we go through?"
The skeleton will nod its head, saying, yes, you can go through. And you're starting to understand its skeleton language. And you see all the other skeletons like start handing him some coins because he's seemed to won the dice game. Okay. And they all start to like wave towards you guys like, oh, thank you for settling our dispute. We know how to play now. Now we're really happy. And you see one of the skeletons has dragged out a table. And now they all start to sit down. They start to pull out some parchment. And the skeleton with the hat and the beard pulls out a large three-fold folder. And then they start playing a game as you guys are passing by.
Okay, I'll give the bearded one a bunch of paper and a pencil or something to write with in case he needs to communicate with living beings again. And as we walk by.
As you guys walk by, you see all of their character sheets, and the 3-ring binder says hotels and housewives.
We need the guy with the light to come through. Is this place supposed to be lit up or supposed to be dark?
This place is dark. It is like the ruins of a old building, if that makes sense.
Okay, I'll just light a torch then, too.
When all else fails, light a torch. Go ahead.
When walking by the one with the beard, have you folks seen a tiefling lady in here? Do you know which way she went?
You see that the skeleton looks to you and just says, well, just one moment, please. And then it says to the other guys, and and they all and they roll, and you see that they each have little tokens that have that are like tiny human women wearing large sunglasses and carrying expensive purses. And then he pulls out what looks like a coffee barista. And then he goes, sorry, and he points in the direction that Alstrom and Yuri are going and says, she's that way.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
And you can hear him say, no, not the Karen. The Karen is coming for us. And Yuri, you're holding your torch and you start to lead everyone. And you guys see this woman. Let me blow up her token.
Hello, miss.
As you walk up, you guys see a tiefling sitting before a campfire in a small corner of the ruins. She's wearing robes that appear to you as once being splendid, but are now tattered and grimy. She looks at you grimly as you approach, and she presents you with a dagger that has been wrapped tightly in heavy cloth, chain, and it is covered in what appear to be wards and seals. She says, hello, are you the Luskar deliverers?
Yes, we are. Is this what you want us to deliver?
Yes, my name is Vanifar. This is a dagger that has a mind of its own, and its mind is quite evil. I'm afraid that if I were to take it where it needs to go, it might take over my mind.
Does it, like, speak or something?
She says, it wills its emotion into you. Do any of you speak Primordial?
Nope. At least not me. I don't know if my companions do. You looks around.
Nope.
Sorry, don't say that I do.
Okay, seems like neither of us speak that language. Does the dagger
But miss,
speak that language?
if why keep a dagger like that if it's just evil? Why not just destroy it?
So you've figured out exactly what I need you to do. I need you to take this dagger to the Reghead Glacier. I will be meeting you there. I am going to go on a sojourn to meet you there, and my plan is to destroy the dagger.
Okay, does the dagger have any special properties besides being an asshole?
It is a dagger that can create fire elementals, beings of pure destruction.
Oh. You just stretches out his hands so that she would give it to him.
And I warn you all, it has controlled me in the past and controlled other people as well. Do not...
You have to touch it, right? For it to control you?
Yes, and that is why I have wrapped it tightly in these binds, these wards, and these seals. It shouldn't take a hold of any of your minds in its present state, but if you were to unwrap it and allow it to attune to you, it could very well control your body.
Okay. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much. I guess we'll see you there.
And let me just copy that, and I'll post that into the Roll20 chat for your guys' notes.
Excuse me, miss. This is really none of my business, and you'll have every right not to answer, but why are you here by yourself in the ruins, just chilling?
I prefer to be alone, you see, as it helps me focus and meditate.
And the skeletons over there, where are they here?
Oh, there's skeletons over there. I didn't even notice.
They're very nice. They're just playing some game made for virgins. Just a matter.
Oh, I've played that game before. Housewives in hotels.
Yes, I'm very being sarcastic. I actually like the game quite a bit. Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Oh, I liked it too. It allowed me to pretend to be someone else. You see, I'm quite respectful of, baristas and hotel workers and people who work at grocery stores. And in that game, you get to, abuse them and make them feel like shit. It's kind of nice.
Yes, yes, yes. You can get all your hatred for the everyday man just off your body with that game. Well, I guess is that all, Miss?
No, I must pay you all. And she gives everyone a small sack, and you all please add 5 gold pieces to your character sheets.
Nice.
Sweet.
Thank you, ma'am.
How much did all the sashimi and partying cost? I'll just call it 5 gold.
The one octopus tentacle skewer was 1 copper, and the 5 bowls of sashimi were 5 copper. So a total of 6 copper for all of it. So it's pretty cheap.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Vanifer will start to pack up her stuff, and she says, "Please, take the dagger from me as far away as you can. It's held sway over me before, and I can't have it do it again."
Okay, Yuri will open his bag and just jam it in there and close it, and kind of like he doesn't want to hold the bag too close to his body. He's like a little bit paranoid.
Absolutely. Vanifer will thank each of you individually, shaking your hands and say, "Thank you. Thank you. Thank you." And you guys can feel that behind her kind of cool, clammy skin is a lot of arcane magic crackling at her fingertips.
Okay, we have one more person left, right?
Yes, I believe we're down to our last package.
Okay, let's get going.
Yep.
Okay. You guys can exit the way you came, thanks to such a high check from Flint. He'd be selling delivery insurance. I love it. So you're able to exit, and your next location is the lighthouse.
We'll just nod and wave to the skeletons as we go back.
They all wave back to you guys, and you can see they're having a really fun time. The lighthouse is on the open shore here in Luskin, so quite easy to find as you are looking out in the city.
Okay, so we'll just head on straight there.
As you all are arriving to the docks, to the lighthouse, to this part of town, you notice that the hair on the backs of your necks is beginning to stand up, as it appears to be more of a seedy part of town. You feel like, ugh, like you gotta watch out for everyone here in the city. As you guys begin to notice this, you see the lighthouse up ahead. How do you guys proceed through these seedy docks?
With a smile and a wave and greeting everybody that passes. Howdy do, neighbor.
Flynn is keeping his eyes on everybody's hands.
Yeah. Evangel's in the back, keeping watch.
I'm a 7'10" polar bear, so I'm not looking too concerned by anything.
I love it.
How tall is that?
Over 2 meters.
Like 2.5 meters.
Oh, okay, 238. Great.
So as you guys are walking through, Orton is waving at everyone. Everyone else is kind of mean mugging people. A group of people start to approach, and leading them is a large bugbear. And he goes, I ain't seen you all around here before.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen you here either.
Yeah, Alstrom is going to say, just passing through.
Well, I don't know if y'all heard, but there's a... And he starts to laugh. A toll to get through this part of the city.
I'll look at him and in Goblin say, "You sure about that, friend?"
And he goes, yes, there is.
Evangel's gonna say, "You sure you want us to pay? Because it seems like you're gonna pay if we have to pay."
And
Troll will say, "Well, we're going to need receipts for reimbursements."
oh, you need some receipts, huh? Some receipts to make sure your boss knows what happens? How about some bloody noses to make sure they know what happens? And the subtraction of your coin purses.
Okay, Uriel just looks up.
Now, there's no need for violence.
Does Yori just go to walk by him?
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to move you to a map because we're going to roll initiative because these guys are going to try to roll on you guys. So, I've moved us to the battle map here. The area of dynamic lighting up ahead, if you can imagine that, is the lighthouse. The people standing by in front are this small gang of goblinoids.
Okay, I'm gonna say Yuri already started walking through,
Cool.
Yeah, Evangel's gonna be.
like this way, let's say.
Evangel's gonna walk right up.
Awesome. So, as I'm rolling initiative for all of the, wait, did I?
So yeah, should we be closer?
Yeah, right there's perfect. If you guys want to stay there, Orin, if you want to get a little bit closer.
Roger that.
We'll just keep moving by one.
You stop.
Would we have gotten the effects of a short rest in between all of the deliveries?
A short rest?
I mean, light activity is considered a short rest, so I'm guessing if you're just sitting in a car, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say you could get a short rest out. Why not? I'll be a pleasant god. Let me just roll for this final goblin bandit here. Okay. And then let me order the turn order. Okay. Oh man, they're gonna go first here for just a second. Let's get some barroom brawl music. That'll be good. And then we'll get this fight started.
Oh,
Now, if you guys ever want to do music that you find to be more appropriate, I will give you all music privilege here, but please, do not abuse the music privilege. So, the Bugbear Bandit looks out, and he sees Tor. He's like, okay, you're a bugbear, I'm a bugbear. We're going to see who's the buggiest of the bears.
Can I use my reaction to hit him? Because he came in within my reach.
Yeah. We got to put a little, is that 10 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 feet.
We got to put a little bubble on you. We'll make it blue. And you can go ahead and take
Sweet.
that reaction.
I just noticed the big ass polar bear is the last, has the least hit points in the party.
So, Brett, your character swings its glaive forward, and the bugbear, as it walks forward, blocks it off of a morning star that he has in his hands.
Okay.
Caleb, is this bugbear wearing? I'm guessing this bugbear is wearing armor of some sort.
He is wearing hide armor.
Okay.
Hide armor, a shield, and he has a morning star.
Cool.
So he walks up to Tor, and Tor, he's got a morning star, and he brings it above his head, and he swings it down at you. He rolls a 17.
I'm out.
So yeah, Alstrom will use his reaction to attack with Sentinel.
Okay. That's a hit. So this is going to be one of those type of fights where it's really swingy. So the bugbear jumps forward, hits Tor, and then Alstrom, you just backhand him with your warhammer.
Yes,
I love it.
that is accurate.
And he spits a mouthful of teeth out at you, Alstrom. Okay. Goblet Bandit number 2. It looks forward, and it raises its crossbow, and it's going to shoot its crossbow at the guy who just hit its boss. So, Alstrom, this is a crossbow attack at you.
Yep,
That's a 10.
that's a miss.
It goes wide, and you guys hear a cat meow real loud in the background. Meow! Okay, and that goblin, it's going to run up to here. Standing next to Yori. As it does so, it like throws its crossbow into the air, looking like it's going to draw its scimitar on the next round. Okay, this goblin, it sees Orin, and Orin, it runs towards you, drawing a scimitar, and it goes to stab you with a scimitar. Rolls a 17.
That's a hit.
It runs up and it just stabs you in the face. Ha!
Ah, well, I say, this is uncouth.
Okay, Flint. You just saw that Tor just got bugbeared by another bugbear. What do you do?
Okay. Flint will, taking his cigar out of his mouth, flick it toward the bugbear that hit Tor, and with a bonus action casting Hunter's Mark.
Awesome.
And with his other hand, he will pull a hand axe out and chunk it at the bugbear that hit his friend. I don't know why it did that.
Oh, okay. I see what happened. Your Hunter's Mark got applied to your attack roll instead of your damage. But that's a hit.
Okay.
That's a 16.
That's
Yeah.
11 then.
So it'd be 11 damage.
Yeah.
And I'll fix that modifier.
So your hand axe.
You got
Good.
Hunter's Mark at level 1?
Yeah, UA.
Your
The
class feature variants.
have you seen that one, Lee?
I haven't.
Yes. So your hand axe strikes true. It buries itself deep in the leader's chest, and a little squirt of blood falls onto Tor's white fur.
Okay. Yeah. That's all he can do this round. Action, bonus action.
Okay.
He's still up though.
He is still up, but he looks incredibly hurt.
Okay.
Tor, you're laying on the ground. Ooh, I just got that roll. So Tor, that's like one failed death save. And then we'll move on to Yori. Yori, there's a boblin hanging out right by you.
Okay, you'll just ignore it, kind of like, oh my fucking god, and just squish here, if possible. And I'll pull out an EpiPen and jab it into the polar bear's skin.
Okay.
You
So-
have 7 hit points.
Awesome. I love the flavor there, that it's an EpiPen for your cure wounds. And that was your action to cast. Any bonus actions?
I only have spells as bonus action, so no, I'll just sit there. That's it.
Okay, seeing the goblin in front of me. You, sir, are just an unwelcome guest here. And then I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds. 13 hit.
Oh my fucking god.
Please tell us what happens to this goblin as you cast Inflict Wounds upon him.
So he's gonna take the symbol of Amateur out, and holding it in his hand, it glows with a fiery radiance, and then he takes it and presses it on the goblin's forehead, and you can see the skin sizzling as thin wafts of smoke rise from his head. The goblin gives a shriek as it burns his flesh. The eyes roll back, and black veins start spreading over his forehead. How do you doodly like that?
And all the other goblins go, "Ah!" as this guy just gets necrotized.
Ripping the symbol away, little threads of flesh pull away with the symbol in a goopy mess.
Love it. Any movement from you, or is that it?
I turn and face the other one. Now you need to show some respect.
And it looks at you, and it's like you can see a little dribble of urine has started to go down its leg.
It's alright, we won't kill you if you're not hostile.
Okay, that's on.
That guy already like shot his crossbow at us, though.
Yeah, so this bandit here, I'm gonna make a wisdom save for him. Okay, he runs away. He says, "Sorry, boss."
So our good save is being smart and running away.
Yes.
Okay.
And you see him try to. He's like, "I'm staying the hell away from them." You see him start to run off the map. Evangel.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come right here. I get +2 to hit on that, right? +1?
+2.
+2, sweet, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna take a swing at him.
That's a hit.
Sweet.
Evangel, describe how you finish off this bugbear.
He's gonna step in front of the bugbear and then just spin his glaive so that the sharp end is behind him. Kind of do like a backward stab right into his back. Then he's gonna pull it out, and then he's gonna use his tunnel fighter and get down and get ready for these other two.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and Jay, you're alive, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
I gave you 7 hit points, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was on me. Okay.
Yeah, so you're
And
healed.
that'll be my turn.
Okay, this goblin, he's gonna do a wisdom save, and this is gonna be at disadvantage, or yeah, just straight wisdom save. Okay, he rolls an 18, and he says, "Oh, my life isn't worth this," and he starts running. And he uses his action. He just starts. Alstrom, you see that there's one goblin left, and he's just, or 2 goblins left, and they're just kind of looking at each other, like,
Yeah, so Alstrom will take a swing at this small guy here.
Mm-hmm.
Says, should have left when you had the chance.
He looks at you, and you, I'm gonna say this: you hit him so hard that his head crunches like a watermelon. Describe to us what happens. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'll say that that like I hit him from the side of the head, and this crushing that you've described totally happens.
We get a what's it called? A quick trip to the 90s as we see a little bit of Gallagher come out in Alstrom. Okay, Alstrom, that was your action. Anything else?
No.
This goblin looks at you, Evangel, and says, "Please don't kill me!" And he'll action disengage and start running away.
With Sentinel, you can still hit him. Evangel disengages if you want.
No, yeah, all I have is Polar Master.
Yeah. Ulster Med
Yeah.
Second.
Not yet, though. I will.
So you see them running for their lives, and we come to the top of the initiative order. Do you guys want to chase them down, or are you guys letting them run away?
I'll try to shoot one of them in the back for being an asshole with my crossbow.
Okay. Give me one. So that's their order. Their order. So Flint would actually have the first opportunity here because they're about here on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's sure. I'll move Hunter's Mark to the one in the middle, and then since he's been riding shotgun cart anyway, he'll pull the heavy crossbow out and take a shot at the one in the middle.
Absolutely. So this guy's like, "We're getting away, boys. We're gonna live another day." Ah! And please describe what happens as your attack does 17 points of damage.
Yeah, Flint is still like puts it over and leans it to rest on the side of the cart to steady it and pulls the trigger. And when he sees it hit, he sets it back down and starts lighting another cigar.
Flint is a badass. So that guy drops to the ground, and then Tur, you are awake.
Getting up, Tor will turn to Yuri and put a little paw on his shoulder and say, "Thank you, friend. I don't think we need to kill him. I think they've learned not to mess with us."
Yeah, but they'll probably kill and rob other people. That's what I was thinking about. But whatever.
Well, I think they were just going to beat us up, not kill us. So,
Yeah. There's only 2 goblins left. I don't think they'll be bullying many people. Waste of arrows, if you ask me.
You'll take a shot anyway.
So Tur, is your action just kind of like standing up and
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So Yori, we'll move to you as these guys are in medias res. A 12 does hit, and
I'm doing the small one.
it hits him right in the back. And describe what happens as he falls to the ground. Ugh!
I kill him. It just goes straight through the back of his neck, pops out the other half, and just like a tracheotomy, but very, very badly done.
Oof. Oof. Yes, he falls to the ground, tracheotomied. And go ahead.
You return to the polar bear, and it's like, well, now there's only one left.
Okay.
He lights a cigar too because he smokes cigars too.
This whole party is going to have lung cancer by the end of the prologue. Oren, you see there's one goblin running away. What do you do?
I tend to the wounded.
Dead?
I think
Yep.
the only person that's these wounded guys are you, because I believe.
Oh, and this little goblin, he's still got some life in him.
He has no head.
That's out.
Okay. Yeah, your medicine check reveals to you. Can you ping which one you're going for here? Okay, yeah, that's the guy who got smashed with a warhammer. You lift him up, and his head kind of just topples over like a Pez dispenser.
I imagine that the goblin's laying on its side dead. Oren comes up to it and is like, "It's all right, little fella. You're going to make it." And then as he turns him over, the head flops to one side, and it's just caved in, and you can see brains seeping out and deep blood caked. It's like, I'm sorry. It sets it down awkwardly.
Oof. I love it. Okay. That was Oren. The goblin bandit is dead. Evangel, you see this last goblin.
Can I get close enough to him, or do I have to use a ranged weapon here?
You
He's
can
only
move him.
25 feet away.
Can I throw my great axe at him? Two-handed throw it?
You could. It would use strength, And since it's not technically a thrown weapon, it would just be a strength straight roll. You wouldn't have proficiency with it.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'll run up with the glaive.
Okay.
I'll get about right here and then try and hit him with it. So let's see.
Okay, you hit him, and he is still alive after that first strike, but you slice off one of his arms.
Bonus action with the pommel.
And then you turn it around. Yes, please.
I don't think I have that one set up. I think it's just a D4 though.
Go ahead and roll the glaive again. Just okay. 19 hits, and go ahead and roll a D4.
D4 plus 3.
D4.
Yeah. Describe what happens as you crack him and drop him below 0.
Yeah. So that one strike just kind of sliced him across, or took his arm off, and then he goes to just hit him in the head, and yeah, the pommel just goes straight through his eye, right into his head. Kind of surprised Evangel a little bit, like, oh, that was easy. And then he's going to walk back to the group with a very smug smile on his face. Like, he is very happy he got to do that.
So, you guys...
I got him, guys. I got him.
Absolutely. And you've defeated all of the potential enemies around. And I will ask you guys, are you planning to do harvesting of enemies?
Yeah.
Like, do you want
Very
to...
much.
And I'm just
I
checking
want
to make
to
sure
check
this
the
works.
bugbear.
I mean, I won't harvest the bodies, just the equipment.
Okay. And
Unlike what Andrew would do.
Evangel,
Do you mean, like, do you literally mean harvest, or do you mean to loot?
both. Or I should say
Yeah.
yes.
I would loot, but not harvest.
I don't think like bugbears and goblins have anything worth harvesting, right? For magical properties.
I don't know. Maybe if we chop the big one's head, the guards will be happy and give us something.
Oh,
Well,
from
I heard
random
that goblin teeth are used as an aphrodisiac.
so if you guys want to discover exactly what it would be to, like, is anything worthwhile to be sold off of these goblins, I have a chart for this.
Would that be nature, medicine? What would that be?
This would be a medicine check. If two creatures are skilled in the medicine, or proficient in the medicine skill, they can work together.
Is anyone else proficient?
I'm sure Tur is like, oh shit, what are these guys doing?
First thing Tor will do.
I'm proficient in medicine.
Does anybody know about predestination?
Predestination?
Yeah, I've got blood on
isn't
my
that where
clothes,
you
and I'd like
tell-
to clean it off. Does anyone have that?
Have what?
Predestination?
Please take it.
I'm sorry, I'm not following.
To clean off, like, magic stuff? To clean my
Oh! Can I use mending?
Well, it's not really damage, it's just dirty.
Yeah, I know.
Alright.
Well,
Well,
nothing a little elbow grease won't solve.
That's true. We're about to meet a customer and wanted to look presentable.
Well, I got some of these. I got a flask of water. If you want to wash off with that.
Well, thank you, friend, but I'll just use this snow here. And he'll grab some paws full of snow and start rubbing, trying to clean off his fur. And in the meantime, he'll give a speech reminiscent of this one, just saying, I know these guys were trying to beat us up, but not every fight has to end in death. I mean, they would have beaten us up and robbed us if they had the chance, but doesn't mean we need to kill them.
It means that the world's a better place without them, pretty much. I'm not sad that we kill them.
Yeah, Evangel's he's literally wiping the blood off on his armor, and he's kind of like, I kind of like it when it does, though.
I do agree, Tor, that not every fight we have to kill him, but I do think since he hit you with a Morning Star, they were meaning to kill us and roll our bodies afterwards.
Well, I don't know about that.
And
I mean,
use
I thought I could take it since I'm I'm a big fella. But the other ones that are running away, I mean, I'm sure they'd be mugging other people in the future, but it doesn't mean they'd be killing anybody.
Yeah, but that's a risk I'm not willing to take.
Well, I'm kind of with the big
Here.
guy here. If we sow seeds of violence, we may be reaping them.
Didn't you just burn one alive?
I did.
We can actually get violence for. Oh wow! Now I'm excited.
What are those rolls?
I did harm the one that was attacking me, but I tried to save the others when I could, when they showed that they couldn't fight any longer. So I say, show mercy when mercy is respected, and show strength when strength is respected.
Well said.
Yeah, you think this guys would really respect people who showed mercy? Okay, they literally knock this big ass guy in one hit. This 7 foot fucking tall polar bear just got fucked up in one shot.
Well, you notice he didn't go.
Who's to say they haven't killed anybody in the past?
Yeah, I mean, we can only speculate in base of what we've seen, and in base of what we've seen, these are people who are more than willing to kill for money. So I'm not going to regret what we've done. And Yuri just goes on his knees and starts looting the fuck out of the body.
Okay.
Well, you can't let a man's past define his future.
Well, it's not like he killed me. He gave me a big old bruise right here on the head, but
Yeah.
I didn't
Well,
kill you because I stopped you from dying.
Well, I define their future. They're dead.
That's a good point, though.
Okay, I'm writing down exactly what you guys find. I'm going to start with the items. There's 6 scimitars, 6 light crossbows with 6 times 120, so 120 bolts, 1 morning star, 1 shield. So those are the items you guys find.
How would you feel about Yuri wielding 2 shields?
One would be adding to your AC, and then the other would be like an improvised weapon. If that makes sense.
Can't I get a +4 to AC but being unable to hit anything?
Well, the only issue would be that then you couldn't cast any spells because both your hands would be holding the shields. But yeah, only one. It's in the rules. Only one benefit from one shield.
I'm just fucking with you.
I appreciate it. So you guys each find 10 silver pieces. I'm rounding up that 58 I rolled. So each of you can add 10 silver pieces to your character sheet.
Actually, when I find the money, I would say something like, I mean, this guy's probably got their money from stealing from people from the town. We could just, go and give it to someone who probably needs it or something like that. Give it back.
well, that's a good idea.
I'm good with that.
Okay, so how much total silver is this? Does anyone want a bit? Because if someone wants their share, I feel like it's okay if you want to keep it.
Yeah, Van's just gonna take your share.
Okay.
Payment for work done.
Okay.
You can keep my.
Okay.
Pay somebody or.
How much money was for each one of us?
10 silver. It was 60 silver pieces total.
So 1, 3, 4, 5, 50. I keep to give back, and Evangel takes 10. Okay.
Alstrom will want to keep his share too.
Okay, so 40.
Because
sorry, I just could use the money right now.
Yeah, I need it too, but I don't know.
Knowing
How do we diddly do this? Do we just leave the bodies here out in the street?
I was thinking of dragging them into the snow and letting the snow cover them up, but I mean, it's not like we need to hide these bodies.
No.
Are there any guards in this part of town?
Unfortunately, Orin here in Luskin, this is pretty normal.
Is there like a dead cart? Like Monty Python's the guy with the bell? Bring out your dead! Ding, 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 ding. Is there anything like that?
This is very normal to have dead bodies in the streets of Luskin.
Oh,
You just drag them to the side so that they don't block the way.
So as the fight, I should also mention that 167, I'm going to round down to 160. You guys found a total of 160 copper, which would be, or actually, let me do that. What's 160 into, let's make this divisible by 6.
180 or 140 or
168.
Yeah, 168 makes more sense.
Yeah.
So everyone can take 28 copper pieces.
I'll put it in the
Just add that to
same bag. Yeah, I took it back.
Yeah, Yuri, go ahead and keep that share copper too. Do we see
Okay.
plenty of like homeless people around? I'm sure Luskin's got a lot of that.
Yes. And just to make sure, is anyone taking a scimitar, a light crossbow or bolts, a morning star, or a shield?
Well, we have a cart, guys. Let's just throw it.
Yeah, we could always just sell it back. Yeah, I'll just
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
good.
take everything and just yeet it into the back of the thing.
And Yuri, do you mind throwing me or handing me my hand axe back from the big guy?
Oh, squish! He just pulls it out. Here you go.
Thank you, buddy. And I like the smell of your cigars. We'll have to stop and get some more before we leave Luskin. There ain't going to be not many cigar shops once we get up into Tin Towns.
Okay. So how much is this? 168 copper to give back to. Well, assuming the same people want to keep their share.
Yeah, I'm keeping my copper.
Okay.
Yep.
So 40 silver and 128. Okay.
In the character handout section, I'm going to create a character sheet that's going to be called the cart inventory. All players, character sheet, edit sheet directly. So we'll have this cart inventory, and you guys can just add the items directly to the cart inventory.
Cool.
Do you guys see it now?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, to answer Lee's question, after this fight breaks out, you guys see a mysterious figure walk down out of the lighthouse. You see he is a dark elf, and he looks wistfully out to you as the wind wisps his white hair all around him. You see he is holding an ebon staff tipped with a spider and clutches a parcel underneath his arm.
Alstrom's gonna lean over and he's gonna say, that's fucking Drow.
Yeah. More
Like,
servants of Loth.
yeah, I mean,
There's no wa-
it's been a week IRL, but we've seen like 3 other drow like 2 hours ago, though.
Yeah, like 2 of our 4 pickups have been drow.
Yeah. You'll just walk up like over here and say, "Sir, hello."
Hello. Are you the Luscar deliverers?
Yes.
We darn diddly yarn. Hey, do you know a fella down at the docks? He's another fair-skinned person like you.
Yeah. You'll walk up to her and yeah, we usually don't do that. Not every people from the same race know each other. Yeah, just yeah. Shh.
Nah, I'm sure he does.
Oh my fucking god.
You see him narrow his eyes and he says, "What were their names? Maybe I
Well-
do know them."
Let me just check the package here.
Oh, we're looking
It
for
was from...
Who was it from?
List of deliveries.
It
It was from Roll. He was at the Cutlass. No, that's not him.
That doesn't sound like a drow.
Balak Leflin. He was on a ship called the Heartbreaker.
He looks and you say, "You speak of Felricht Lafine.
The one and the same.
It seems that the Brigand Dart have found their way here. I am to be careful." He looks to you, he says, "Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I need your help delivering a package to a friend of mine in the city of Fireshear.
Well, that just happens to be our business, sir.
He hands the package to you, and go ahead and the party can make an insight check on him as he hands the package over.
He's not actually handing the package over.
Are we just all making an inside check, or is it just the person who has the package?
Everyone can make this check as everyone is watching him and can see his body language.
Alright.
Looks diddly darn fine to me.
Everyone who rolled above a 10 can see he looks quite nervous and anxious as he's handing this over. He says, the package is to go to a Duragar. His name is Gorklak, but most know him as Giggle.
You just see Flint's shoulders kind of like go down. Not a fucking Duragar. Fine.
You'll be able to recognize him.
Are there infamous races in this world? Like, does the fact that he's a Duragar mean something?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a history check.
He probably went to a
I-
course.
I-
I don't know
I
if it's
could-
like Eberron, how it's their culture that defines them and not their race.
So, Lee, you know this. Duragar come from a city underground known as Gracklestug. And in Gracklestug, very much like Minzo Baranzan, human slavery is a big part of their industry. And they are known to be cruel tyrants under the ground. So a lot of dwarves have rough relationships with Duragar because Duragar actively seek out surface dwarves for slavery.
Oh, so they enslaved more than just humans?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's just any non-Duragar they're wanting to enslave.
Absolutely.
Yeah. and-
Well,
and-
sir, you want us to go deliver this package to somebody? How do we know he's not going to abscond with us and try to take us into bondage?
His slaving days are way behind him. He is much more interested in the intricacies of elemental magic. You will have
Okay.
nothing to fear from Giggle.
But he used to be a slaver? Seems like that's a hard chapter to come away from.
The Black Spider will smile and he says, we all have darker pasts up here north of Waterdeep. It's best to leave those things in the past where they belong and worry more
my.
about the future.
I knew that there were shady fellows around here, but this is truly troubling to me.
Don't be scared. You won't find me biting any of you, as my name might suggest.
Well, that's true. Everybody deserves a second chance. All right. Well, I'll best be on my way then. Was there anything you wanted me to tell LaFen?
Please tell them nothing. Jarl Axel and I have a very complicated relationship, and I would like it if he was ignorant of my current position.
Well,
Okay.
my lips are sealed. Does a little zipping. Zip.
Well, what's that gesture you made? What does that mean?
Oh, well, there's these mechanical fasteners where they slip together, and it's like I'm closing a seam so that my mouth won't flap open and I'll tell secrets.
Has Yuri ever heard of a zipper?
I would say that you guys have all heard of zippers. No check necessary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say zippers are commonplace here. We're not in, what's it called? Amish country.
on Dragonlance.
Not in Dragonlance. So, Nazar will say, I believe there is only one thing I need to settle up. And he hands each of you a small pack of 5 gold coins.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
He says, and please, be hasty in your travel. I know it's hard to navigate the seas, and the journey is quite long, but the quicker that Giggle gets these items, the better.
We will do our best, sir.
Radio?
The Black Spider will nod his head to you, and he will begin to walk away.
Well, have a good rest of your day, Mr. Spider.
You as well, delivery men. And as he turns around, he gives you all a very seductive wink and begins to head back into the lighthouse.
Oh, my fragile sense of heterosexuality.
And as he's walking, you guys can see that the dark spider, or the black spider, as he's walking, seems to have very powerful glutes.
It must be for weaving his webs.
So with that, you guys have collected all your deliveries.
As
Cool.
we travel back, Tour's going to tell Orin about a slave trader who realized that slavery was wrong and changed his ways, and he'll hum a little song that slave trader wrote and say, you know, not everyone that's involved in slavery, they can change their ways.
What
Well, I
class
hope
is Sir
so.
supposed to be? What class is Sir?
A monk.
Okay.
Why would they change their ways, though?
Well, you know, usually people rethink their lives when something significant happens. Some it's a tragedy. Some, you know, when they have children. Other major life events make you think about things.
What?
Well, everybody deserves a second chance. Suppose, if that's the life he's walking now, we'll have to respect that.
And yeah, I'll tell Orin just that, you know, growing up in Kelvin's Cairn, that was one of the scary bedtime stories that they would tell us dwarves was the Durgar would tunnel up and steal us if we were bad or if we wandered too far away from camp, and just that our people have been at war for a very long time.
Oh, what an absolutely terrifying story. To imagine somebody just burrowing up in the middle of the room in the middle of the night, that's terrifying.
Yeah, that was always one my mother liked to tell. They dig even deeper than us regular dwarves, and as the story goes, a long time ago they dug too deep and taken by these creatures that were called mind flayers and experimented on for a long time. And when they broke free, they pretty much traded in the slaves and have always been at war with dwarves since.
Well, that's just terrifying. To live in a shadow like that, that has to be absolutely disheartening.
It definitely was. That's why I like to be out in the open more than under a mountain.
Well, that's understandable. Seems like too much time in the darkness can affect one's mind.
I agree. As we're pulling the cart back to the delivery.
Well, that's why I'm so inclined to Alma Mater. See, with its light, it's always shining down on us, making the world a warm, happier place.
Well, where we're going to go deliver these packages, they could definitely use some warm enlightening of their hearts. So, it'd be a good thing you're going, Orin.
Thank you.
Okay, as we're traveling, you're just looking around for, I don't know, homeless family or shit like that, someone who could use the money.
Yeah, you see that there are various street vagabonds. You know, people like drifters begging on the street, like shaking a tin cup, all of those type of deal as you guys are walking through the streets.
Okay, Yuri won't just, give them money. He'll probably go into a store, buy a bunch of useful stuff, and give them the stuff rather than give them the money straight up.
As you tip the money into their cup, they look up to you, as most people just pass them by without a second thought, and they say, "Thank you, sir. Thank you for your help." As they like look down, did you put like all the coins in there?
No, what I meant, I was saying, Yuri probably wouldn't just. He was planning on using the money all in one person, but not just give all of them, give all the money for one person, because he knows usually people who don't have a lot of access to money usually don't know how to spend it responsibly. So he'll just buy stuff that's useful with the money, like food and clothes and stuff, and just give them all this stuff.
So, guys, Yuri is becoming like a positive force for the social good here in the city of Luskin. Absolutely. Yeah, you find people on the street, you're able to get them food, you're able to get them some clothes with that money, because that's actually quite a bit of money, you know, and do a lot of positive good. I imagine the party... Go ahead, Tor.
When Yuri picks up items at a shop, Tor's going to grab some soap and keep working on cleaning his fur.
And you can get a bar of soap for like a copper piece.
Yeah, Evangel's not. He's not thrilled about seeing all this stuff given to them. He says to Yuri, he says, "Yeah, seeing them struggle, it'll make them stronger. Helping them out makes them weaker, especially here. But do as you wish." And he just kind of keeps walking down the street.
Harsh tokes.
Yuri just ignores him.
So, I imagine this continues for just a while, and you guys are able to get back to the Luskar Deliverer's warehouse, and waiting for you there is the parcel master. And he looks at you all and he says, did it all go well? What happened with your small adventure around the city?
It all went pretty well until, it was an orc, right? Or a half-orc, the one who fought us in the bar? Was it?
Yeah. Yes, it was an orc.
Yeah, so this orc who wanted us to deliver the package decided he wanted to see if we were worthy of doing so he tried to beat us up, but we fucked him up, so he just gave us the package. And then we went to the lighthouse, and some goblins and shit tried to rob us, but we just, fucking killed all of them. But
oh lord,
nah, it was easy. I mean, except for this guy, and I point out the polar bear.
Are you all right, sir?
Oh, yep, I'm doing perfectly well, thank you.
Well, I'm glad to see you're all right, and I'm sure you are all wondering much about in Luskin what happens when people have been beaten in a duel or something like that. Well, there are lots of hungry dogs in Luskin, and the city guard will often pick them up, do a little bit of butchery, and feed the dogs that way. I know it is quite grim, but that is the reality here so far up north.
I don't think it makes much of a difference to them at this point, so I'm fine with it.
Well, all right. Well, we will get the ship ready here for departure quite soon. If there is anything you would all like to do or accomplish here in the city, now would be the time to do so. And as he says this is where we'll quickly enter into the downtime minigame section. So everyone has now gained 10 days of downtime.
10 days, oh.
Yeah, so most of the downtime options are in sections
Weeks,
of 10
right?
days, and that's 1 week of downtime. So I'm kind of going to start from the top to bottom here, and we'll kind of figure out exactly what you guys want to do for your downtime. So, Alstrom, for your 10 days of downtime, how would you like to spend that?
Alstrom needs money to send back to his family, so he will do what he knows how to do and try to sell his sword to somebody that is looking for security or bounty or something.
Okay, so there's 3 ways that you could potentially do this. You could pit fight so you could like fight for people's entertainment. You could work, just working as a security operations guy, or you could hunt down a bounty. So those are three separate activities.
Well, Flint and Evangel, you guys are gonna go do bounties, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so then I'll just go with them to do that.
Okay. I was not expecting 3 people to do this, so I'm going to ask you guys, are you all going to work together? So that would basically mean that one person would make the check with advantage and you guys would split the loot? Or are you guys going to work separately on different bounties?
I'm good with any of it. We can work together or separate. I don't mind helping people out and splitting the bounty.
Yeah, we can split the bounty.
And
Yeah, we could just go for a more difficult bounty, I suppose.
Absolutely. So, what you can choose here, there are 4 bounty sheets up on the Luscar Deliverer's warehouse. You see that there appears to be like a petty thief representing DC 10, a thug that has been carousing the town, beating people up. You see that there is a murderer that they've been trying to catch, representing DC 20. And then you see that there is a gang boss, representing DC 25. So you can either go after DC 10, DC 15, DC 20, or DC 25.
Do we get so we get advantage? Do we get anything added since there's 3 of us?
And I was about to mention, there's really no mechanic for 3 of you. So if 2 of you guys would like to do this to gain advantage and then split it, and one person would like to do something separate, that is completely okay.
Would we be able to do flanking rules or something, like just +2 on top of the advantage or something?
Sure, we'll do that.
Does that sound fair? I don't know.
That sounds fair to me. We'll add +2 since 3 of you guys are spending your downtime to go after this bounty.
So what do you think, guys? I don't know if we can do the gang boss out of character. I don't know if we can roll the 25, or do we want to do the guy beating people up or the murderer?
Say the DC 15.
Yeah, Alstrom will say, hunting with thugs sounds like a pretty easy way to make a quick buck.
I agree.
So I just popped up the handout. It's crime in reverse. So you guys have to spend 1 week, which you can do so because you have 10 days of downtime. You have to spend 25 gold, and you guys could split this cost among the 3 of you. The characters must make a series of checks. So depending on if you're going after DC 10, 15, 20, or 25, you have to complete 3 checks. And the checks are Dexterity, Stealth. And I'm going to elude you guys using Thieves' Tools here. So it's Stealth and either Investigation, Wisdom, Perception, or we can do Charisma, Deception, or Charisma, Persuasion. Those are our 3 checks we're going to go after.
Oh, man. That is not in my wheelhouse at all.
Yeah, same thing. I thought it was going to be more
going to
athletic
go
space.
well.
I have
How does pit
stealth
fighting
and
sound?
perception. I do have stealth and perception.
Yeah, I don't have hardly any of that. I need something that's more geared towards strength.
Yep.
Because, this is more like instead of doing a one-on-one fight, this is you guys hunting somebody and then capturing them, if that makes sense.
Right.
Oh, no. Yeah, I vote for pit fighting.
Does Brett instead pit fight?
Yeah, this isn't going to go well, even with advantage.
What
do you think,
so
guys?
only one of us has to make the check, right?
Yep, so it's just one person makes the check, and it's
Um,
at advantage because you guys are working together +2. So you guys can choose any one of you guys to make the separate checks. So one
So,
person
yeah, I mean,
could
if-
do stealth, one person could do perception.
Yeah, so
mean,
if Flint is good at this, then we should just have him do the checks and help him. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with
I mean,
that.
it's up to you, Brett. You know.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so I'll start with the perception, Caleb.
Okay, and can you guys clarify which criminal you're going after? DC 10, 15, 20, or 25?
I think we're going after the 15, aren't we, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. The DC 15, the thug.
Okay. He's robbing prosperous merchants. He's beating people up with a club. Okay, and this first one is your stealth, basically trying to tail him, see where he's going, see who he's working with, all of that sort of stuff.
Okay, first roll.
That is a success, because that's a 20. So you three are able to tail this guy. You see who his known associates are. You're able to pick up on his pattern over the course of 10 days. So once you guys have picked up on his pattern, your next is either going to be perception, investigation, or persuasion for the second check.
I have pretty good perception. So,
Yeah, let's do that.
okay. Perception?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that passes.
Yes,
26.
Yes. So you see exactly where this guy is going. Like, you know where his hideouts are, you know what deals he likes to make, and what marks he goes after. So last thing is either deception, persuasion, or investigation. And to make this fair, because one of the checks you can make is a tools check. If there's any tools checks you guys can think of that would be applicable for this situation, we can do that.
And just want, like, since we made the two to track him, find him, could the last one be like an athletics check to go catch him?
Yeah, that sounds fair to me.
Okay. Guys, one of you guys want to make an athletics check?
Sure. Alstrom will give it a shot.
So, nat 20. So, do you guys want to describe how you guys catch this thug?
Yeah, well, I would say that we do it like cops chasing down a criminal. So, like, you know, two of us like come into the tavern that he's in, and he runs out the back door, and as he's like running through the alleys, Evangel like heads him off as we're chasing him, and we kind of corner him in an alley.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So you guys corner him in the alley, and then Brett, if this sounds good to you, I want to imagine that you're on top of the rooftop, and you just jump off and 5-star frog splash right on top of him. Ah!
Superhero landing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
So you guys caught the DC 15 thug. You bring him in to the authorities in Luskin, and they pay you out a bounty amount of 100 gold pieces.
Okay, and so if we spent 25 to set this up, then it's 25 each that we got.
Correct. So you have
Yeah.
75 gold in profit here, or 25 gold pieces each.
Cool.
Well, we split the 25 3 ways, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but I was just saying, like, just subtract the 25 from the
Oh yeah.
end amount, and then it just makes it easier to divide it.
Yeah.
Okay, so 25 gold. Excuse me, 25 gold then, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That was
All right.
That was awesome. That was cool. I'm just imagining this becoming a thing you guys do in all the cities you go to. So that takes care of 3 of our downtimes. Yori, how would you have been spending your downtime this week before the ship shoves off for Fire Shear?
Question: crafting stuff. I know the time you have to spend is like the price divided by 50, I believe, in days.
That is exactly right.
And you don't have to pay anything to craft stuff. as long as you have the
You need
the
half
tools?
the value in raw materials.
Half the value of raw materials. Okay.
Yep, I can grab the handout for that right now. What were you thinking of crafting?
Something way beyond my ability to pay. Uh, I mean, it's probably not that far away from being able to get it, but yeah. So I'll just question: do I use Steve tools? Okay, how does working work? Like, how much money do you get from working?
Working is. Let me just pull that up. I was making the crafting and item handout, but let me tell you, work. So you decide to work for 1 week. To determine how much money a character earns, makes an ability check, strength athletics, dexterity acrobatics, intelligence using a set of tools, charisma performance, and once you have made that check, I can tell you how much money you make based on the check's total. And it's just one roll.
Can I use my inspiration on it, or is it too much?
You can use your inspiration on it. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I will go. I'm guessing there's probably a forge somewhere around here.
There's a forge. You could take up work with a blacksmith. You could do basically anything here.
Okay, I'll use my smith's tools to work in the forge.
Okay, yeah, you can use intelligence here, or you probably wouldn't want to do this, but if you were working in a forge with smith's tools, I would also allow you to use strength.
Yeah, I know it's intelligence. I have +1 in strength, but still intelligence better.
Okay.
Okay. So
21. Oh my! So the highest you can get on this is a 21. So
nice.
so if it's 21 plus, you get the highest amount. So let me just pull that value real quick. So you make 45 gold because it's 2 gold per day plus 25 at the end.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So Yori, you make quite a bit.
So 85 I have now. Okay, that's great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you make a bunch of cool shit. Okay, so Tor, how would we? What would you be doing these 10 days?
Tor would be crafting a drum as well as some daggers, just the little stone daggers, wood grips.
Absolutely.
Okay, you'll probably also sell the shit we looted.
Yeah, you can do that. It's just half the value of the PHB. Yeah. And Tor, I believe there is no check necessary here. You just make it if you have the raw materials and you know how to make them, which I believe you do. Because
yeah, do I know how to make daggers?
Yeah, are you making them out of like bone and wood and all that sort of stuff?
Stone and wood.
Stone and wood? Yeah. I'm going to say if you're proficient with them, you know how they work, and you're making them out of these simple materials, yeah, you know exactly what to do here. And in a week, you can make 50 gold pieces worth of items. So a drum and how many daggers can you make? A bunch.
6 daggers.
And 6 daggers? Okay. Cool. So when the party comes back to meet up, you're just going to have a bandolier of daggers, creating a very Chewbacca-esque appearance. Okay. So saving best for last here. Oren, how would you spend your 10 days of downtime?
Well, Oren would be volunteering at the soup kitchen, and I rolled a 14 for my performance there. So that means I get 1 future favor regarding like information or a street contact kind of thing. And I didn't have any complications. So things went well. Soup was had, the homeless and downtrodden were fed, and Oren made a friend.
Absolutely. And is this essentially the religious service downtime?
Yeah. I posted it in the Discord a few days ago.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, and you can use that. I'm kind of playing those as like inspiration. So if you're like, I'm going to use my religious service inspiration, bloop, advantage on a d20 roll.
Okay.
Or
I was hoping to have like a contact in the city, like somebody to talk to if he needed information, or was lost in some way,
okay.
or maybe could show up in a time of need. You know, like a benevolent third party
Okay.
with minimal resources.
Let's play it that way. That works for me just as well. Okay.
Now we would have a chance to, besides the downtime or after, just before we leave, buy what we needed to go north, right?
Absolutely. So it's come to the 11th day after the downtime. You guys know you guys are going to ship out soon onto the Icebreaker to head to Fire Shear. So do you guys need to do any shopping?
Yeah, cold weather gear.
You won't need to buy any of that, as the Luscar Delivers is going to provide the cold weather gear for you guys.
Healing potions.
That you will need to buy yourself, and those are completely purchasable within this region. Those are 50 GP each for a normal healing potion.
Ooh, that's pretty steep right now. Nah. I think I'm good to go.
Yeah, before the only thing is that Alstrom is going to stop and send 25 gold pieces back to his family at like the postmaster's office before they leave.
Okay,
And
yeah.
Alstrom Flint will give 10 to add to that for you to send.
Thanks, brother.
No problem. We know we need to get your family here as quickly as we can.
And you guys get the feeling that 25 GP is a huge amount when it comes to that type of thing, because that's a lot of money.
Should never sell cash or send cash to the mail. COD only.
At some point, you will probably talk to Turnover about if they would be interested in getting money from the stuff we looted from the other guys, given they weren't really on board with killing them.
Oh yeah, I forgot we loaded. Yeah, we can sell that. I'm good with that.
Yeah, but I'm asking Tur and Oren that they didn't like the fact that we killed them. Maybe they wouldn't want to have money that we took some shit from corpses and shit.
Are you asking about selling the weapons that you looted?
Yeah.
I
already sold them. The
way that I see it is that if we take those weapons and we sell them back, they're just going to end up on the street again, doing harm to others. So it might be best just to destroy them, or break them down to the metals and then just sell it as scrap.
I'm guessing that's probably worth much less.
Yes.
That's funny because I've been working in the forge for 10 days, literally making weapons. So yeah, it's like it's not.
Wow, you have been? Well, I guess that explains all the little bit of furnace burns you got. And you got anything you can show me? I'm kind of curious to see how your skills are coming along.
Okay, let's say that Yuri probably, I don't know, did something to his armor or something as he worked in the forge, and probably starting repairing his pistol. And he'll probably show Oren like his armor is like pretty much it's chainmail, but it has like almost like electric components to it, and it has like this very dim bluish glow. It's kind of a very sci-fi looking chainmail, pretty much.
That's cool.
Oh my, that's something else. That's not something you see every day around these parts. Is that magic you've woven into it?
No, it's actually just the power of science.
What? Science? Oh, don't tell me you're one of those sciencers.
Yes, I'm sorry. I do like my science more.
Oh no, I didn't know that. Next thing you know, you're gonna be telling me the world's round.
It's actually a parallelepiped, but okay.
Yuri,
Yuri,
I got that
if you
reference.
want, Alka, if you want, Alka, I can just, give you the proportion of the money that would be equivalent to your share, and you just give it away or something, whatever you want. Because
portion of money. What are you talking about?
Selling the weapons, given you.
No, they're
don't
your weapons. You do what you with. I gave you my thoughts on it. You can do what you want with it. It's totally up to you.
Evangel's gonna kind of like look over and be like, "Are you wanting to destroy the weapons? No, we sell those. Those are worth money."
Okay, how about you, Tur? Would you like your share of money, or would you want to keep out of it?
Well, it's an ethical conundrum. I think about it.
I mean, we need to split the money, so I mean, we can just keep your share like with a pin. No one spends it, and if you want,
Maybe you can just hang on to that, and if somebody needs it, you can just give it.
I'll just hang on to it, and you tell me whenever you're sure what you want to do. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so if I did the math correctly, it should be around 170 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So, shit. 170 divided by 5 is 34 gold each, and I'll keep it first.
There's 6 party members, right?
Yeah, but Oren doesn't want, so...
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah, that's 34 gold for each.
Yeah, that's Yuri's money.
Okay.
I mean, yours. I divided it evenly throughout the group. Okay, let's see, 120. And
Why would Yuri share all that money when he went through the effort of collecting the weapons, carting them back, and selling them?
Because he didn't kill anyone.
He actually did kill one guy. He shot him.
Oh, he did kill one. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saved the polar bear. Don't appreciate the support, guys. You might need it at some point.
Oh no!
I was just saying why everybody else has a right to that money.
Yeah.
We helped.
Okay, so I'll just put a little inventory thingy with Tur's share, so I remember I don't have that to spend. Okay. And nothing. I think that's it.
Okay. So if that's taken care of, you guys can head onto the boat. There is the parcel master, the rest of the crews of the icebreaker, including a very strong and impressive looking orc captain, who walks up to you all and says, "Hello, the name's Turth Silvermane. I'll be the captain for this ship. I believe you all are the new delivery men, if that is to be correct."
Yes, the one and onlys.
Perfect.
Question: having been to Waterdeep, does the name Silvermane mean anything to me? I'm guessing he has no relation to the other one, but
go ahead and make a investigation check as you look at it.
Okay.
Let's see what a 12. He bears a passing resemblance to a human you met once named Gillester Silvermane. They may have had the same pappy, but different mummies.
Okay. I'll ask him. Hey, what question? By any chance, do you know Gillester Silvermane?
Oh, yes. Gillester is my half-brother. Same pappy, different mammies.
Oh, okay. Okay, so verdict or something?
Yeah, our father was quite the, how do you say, philanderer. He got around. But that's neither here nor there. So,
Okay.
we're heading to Fireshear. Fireshear is 100 miles to the north from here. It'll be right around a 2.5 day journey by boat. Any questions,
Right.
men?
Well, Captain, is there anything you need us to do around the ship?
Yes, I will be needing you all to do normal tasks. You know, moving barrels and crates, making sure those are locked down with ropes, doing normal cleaning duties, and of course, peeling potatoes.
All right. Well, I do have some experience in the soup kitchen back in the city.
Perfect. And of course, if any beasties from under the sea try to pull us down to the depths, I'll expect you all to fight them with your hardest effort.
Oh, well, you can guarantee that. I'll get on those potatoes.
Okay, and if everyone is good, we get onto the ship, and let me just move us to here. So I'm moving us back to the start menu. And I need to make the ship just a little bit bigger. Boop. So you guys are on the Icebreaker. The Icebreaker, of course, is a large sailing ship. And from Luskin...
But is it an icebreaker, though? Or is it just icebreaker only in name?
It's Icebreaker only in name, not in style. And so it's a 100-mile journey, which is about 2.5 days. So you guys are on the boat for 2.5 days. Nothing crazy happens. The weather is fair but cold. And as we arrive into Fireshear, we will pick up there next time. I have to leave a little bit earlier today, guys, because we have maids coming to our house, and I want to make sure I'm there when they arrive to help my wife out, because if you guys have ever had maids, you have to clean your house before they will clean your house.
Of course.
So, Twitch chat, I will be
you don't want to